The Canadian Hockey League is one of the most entertaining associations in the sport. It's where almost every future NHLer goes to build their draft stock before eventually becoming a member of a National Hockey League team. But there is more to the CHL than just that. At the end of every season, they take the best teams from each of their separate leagues, the WHL, the QMJHL, and the Ontario Hockey League, and make them compete in the Memorial Cup. There have been some pretty great teams in Canadian Hockey League history. Most of them end the season off with a Memorial Cup ring. This year, we're seeing another historic team filled with recent NHL draft picks, and they are hoping to make that same Memorial Cup run. Now, of course, I'm talking about the Edmonton Oil Kings, a team on pace for one of the best Western Hockey League records of all time. 4 first-round NHL draft picks, 8 total NHL draft picks, including the first-round goaltender Sebastian Cossa. Currently, they are ranked as the top team in the CHL, with the expectation of finishing the year strong. But this video isn't just about that. Rather, it's to answer a question. Are they the best CHL team of all time? Thinking about the top CHL talent, you obviously have the 2012-13 Halifax Mooseheads on your radar. Head coach Dom Ducharme led the team to a 58-6-4 record with tons of future NHL talent, most notably Nathan MacKinnon. But on that team, he was actually 5th in scoring that year. Jonathan Drouin led the team by a wide margin, 105 points in just 49 games. The team's next highest scoring player was Martin Frk with a total of 84. So it's safe to say that Drouin was the star of that team. One of the common factors with the 3 teams that I will be discussing today is an elite goaltender. The Mooseheads got that elite play between the pipes from Zachary Fucale. 45 wins in 55 games. Fucale would end up being a second-round pick for the Montreal Canadiens. The only other noteworthy future NHLer besides MacKinnon, Drouin, and Frk was Mackenzie Weegar. The Mooseheads would go on to accomplish what every CHL team that will be on this list had the goal of, or did achieve, and that is win the Memorial Cup. And that cemented themselves as one of the best CHL teams of all time. The 2004 London Knights may have just been a bit better. Led by future NHL star Corey Perry, head coach Dale Hunter assembled the ultimate team. Perry recorded exactly 130 points, while future NHLers Dan Girardi and Dave Bolland also contributed greatly. An elite team with an interesting goaltending situation. Gerald Coleman, who was the netminder for that team that season, would go on to play just 2 NHL games. And he had an unbelievable season that year. 32 wins and 4 total losses. 2 in overtime, 2 regulation. Also, as expected, the team ended up with a Memorial Cup win. Once again, proving that they were one of the best Canadian Hockey League teams of all time. Now, one very interesting thing is that both of these teams had a future Hab leading the way, and the current team in the discussion also does. The Edmonton Oil Kings are the type of team that you only see once in a decade, and that is easy to prove considering the only other 2 teams on this list that I can compare them to played in 2004 and 2012. A goaltender that has been elite, a top 10 NHL draft pick, and depth. But the Edmonton Oil Kings have a lot more depth than the other 2 teams on this list. And not all of their superstars are currently NHL prospects. But with a Memorial Cup championship this year, vets like Josh Williams and Carter Such will likely earn a tryout, which just shows how much is on the line for every one of these players right now. Caden Gooley and Justin Sordiff Each cost a fortune at the trade deadline. Both will be likely gone next year, so you can tell that Edmonton has the goal of finishing the year the same way that the 2004-05 London Knights did, and the same way as the 2012-13 Halifax Mooseheads. I'm an Oil Kings fan. I've rarely missed a game this year, but that can't be said for the most important players on the Oil Kings. Between starting the year without Jake Neighbours and the consistent injuries that have troubled Neighbours and Caden Gooley, despite all that, the Oil Kings are still the best team in the Canadian Hockey League. A great goaltending duo, 4 great lines, a great goaltending duo, 4 great lines, and an elite defensive structure. It isn't often in the CHL that you can see 6 top NHL prospects on the ice at once, but that has become a consistent reality for the Edmonton Oil Kings when they ice a lineup of Jake Neighbours, Justin Sordiff, Dylan Gunther, Prokop, Gooley, and Kosa. Still a lot unclear for the rest of the season for the Oil Kings, but all eyes will be on them come playoff time, and the expectation is the Memorial Cup. The city of Edmonton has been without a championship in hockey since the Curtis Lazar and Tristan Jarry Oil Kings days, so it's about time that they bring it home. In my mind, they are a Memorial Cup away from being the greatest Canadian Hockey League team of all time. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Go check out my NFL channel. It is on the screen right now. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.